Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. What is going on, everybody? The Philadelphia 76ers defeat the Boston Celtics by a final score of 122-110. The Sixers move to 10-5 and remain atop the Eastern Conference after beating Boston both times in a back-to-back. Man, does it feel good to take 2 out of 2 from Boston. And I know they didn't have Jason Tatum. I'll give the Boston Celtics credit. It seems like every time we play this team, somehow, some way, it ends up being a close game, nail biter down the stretch, big plays. But hey, this time the Sixers in both games make big plays down the stretch and take the game. So much to talk about in this one. But all you can do is be happy. The mentality, the composure, the way this team handles themselves, the way Doc makes adjustments, and we bounce back. We played such a sloppy first half in this game. And don't get it twisted. Jaylen Brown is an absolute stud. I'll give him credit. He continued to hit big shot after big shot, torching the Sixers. But what do? Our guys step up after a lousy first half. We were pretty sloppy, turning the ball over at an excessive rate. And don't mind me if I'm drinking water because we just got done commentating the game. We do live play-by-plays every time. So if you're someone that only watches the vids, be sure to tune into the live game reaction. We got pretty crazy up in there. We are happy to beat the Celtics. But yeah, I mean, the Sixers played a lousy first half. We turned the ball over 10 times. We were shooting 30% from 3. We were not spacing the floor. Guys could just not get open. We needed a change. But hey, if you don't tune into the streams, we are 9-0. The magic in the AI jersey brings us back again. 9-0, and the Sixers put up 73 points in the second half, 42 in the third quarter, and guys just opened up and the floodgates were released. Like, everybody just started hitting. We got the 3 main guys to talk about in this one, and yes, I said 3. Number 1, first off, by the way, the Sixers went from shooting 30% in the first half. They ended up shooting 43%, so they made that much of an incremental jump in the second half. Unbelievable. Out-rebounded them by a lot. We were aggressive. We just woke up. We were shooting, at one point we were shooting like 51% from the free throw line. We ended up shooting 83. We just woke up, played better. Now, we did end this game with 20 turnovers, but a lot of those were sloppy ones in the first half. And look, we had a couple bad stretches in the fourth quarter, but hey, we picked it up, and down the stretch, we were amazing. Ben Simmons with some clutch steals. We'll get to him in a second. We'll talk about it in a second, but man, bucket after bucket, our defensive intensity stepped up, and we were everywhere on the floor, putting the pressure on the corners, getting our spots on the floor, and just knocking down, man. Whether it was Seth Curry, who started out this game with what? 6 or 8 points right away, got closed off for a little bit, but opened up again. Furkan Korkmaz hit a couple threes, I think, or 1 or 2 threes. 2 threes in this game. He wasn't the best. He was trying to dribble a lot, but hey, Furkan came in big and hit a couple threes. Thibault's defense all over the place. This team is so fun to watch. Dwight Howard, 12 rebounds off the bench. So impressive. Now, there were a lot of ticky-tacky foul calls in this game. And before we talk about the 3 guys, we'll talk about that. Jaylen Brown cooked us. Marcus Smart had a decent game. And Kemba Walker was hot at the beginning. I mean, he was very crafty, finding his own buckets, getting fouls called on Embiid. I thought it was ridiculous that Embiid got the early calls, but we know after the other night, after Marcus Smart was opening his jabs, you know what happened. They started calling him more for the Celtics. That just is what it happens. When you complain in this league, you get what you want, and that's what started to happen in the first half, but I think it evened itself out in the second half. But the rest were losses game. They were absolutely lost on both sides, so I will say that. But man, Walker cooled off. Brown was the only one that really maintained it, and the Sixers stepped up on defense. Now, look, man, Marcus Smart, the only thing I got to say to him is shut up. Crying left and right. He wants to talk about Embiid. He wants to talk about Embiid flopping. The first thing he comes out this game and does is flop. Embiid looked at him after turning his elbow. He said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" He's flopping. I'm about to call him Floppy McFlopperson II. And Daniel Tice, the crybaby himself. But look, respect to the Celtics. They didn't have one of their main men, and they played hard, and it's always a good game. Now, getting to the Sixers, man. Let me get a drink of water, man, because my throat is killing me. In a night where Shake Milton was off the bench 2 for 7, Maxey only had 1 shot. Dwight didn't contribute anything. Thibault actually hit a 3, hit a couple nice shots. On a night where you didn't get a lot of production from your bench, no guys in the double digits. Our 3 guys, and this is the formula to being a championship team. It seems like every game we've been healthy. We got Seth Curry back tonight. We looked good again. We looked good and we came up big and we played together. Joel Embiid, MVP. MVP. Joel Embiid is absolutely ridiculous. 38 points, 11 for 15 from the field, and 14 for 15 from the line. He just kept attacking. Now, there were a couple iffy ones in the fourth, I'll be honest. There were some that weren't called I thought should have been called. There were some that were called that I thought shouldn't have been called. But Embiid keeps attacking, and he keeps attacking. And the guy, I expect him to make the shot every single time now. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, bro. Joel Embiid just continued to get his bucket. Nobody on Boston, nobody really around the league can honestly score on this guy. It's absolutely insane. Oh, and one quick side piece around the league. If I'm not mistaken, them Brooklyn Nets lost again. I'm just going to sit back and watch it unfold. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Was that 2 in a row now? Okay. Anyway. Joel Embiid going tit for tat no matter what, fighting through contact, pulling up, jab step, bang. I mean, the last shot that Embiid hit of this game, that he was barely trying. That step back 3. Oh my gosh. You have a 7-foot guy who's 260 pounds. And he can pull off moves like that. He can do that. It's unreal. Joel Embiid is the MVP of the league, like I said yesterday, and it's not even close what this guy is doing for this team right now. He started off hot. He got out of it a little bit. And what happened? He came back in the second half, and I literally said Embiid would have to have 40 again, and he had 38. But he just kept going and going. And when he has that mindset, when he's shrugging people off, when he was in pain, he went down a couple times. Things weren't called for 3 plays in a row there. He was getting hacked. And those weren't called. And Embiid was in pain, but he just kept going. He's in shape late in games. He has that killer mentality. And he's just at that point where it's like he's going to get his. He's unbelievable and shrugging people off, winking, going nuts, hyping himself up. In the first half, I saw him with emotion that I never saw because I thought he would be in foul trouble. And he smacked the water bottle into oblivion. Oh, this is the best version of Embiid. I'm loving him. Shout out to Joel Embiid. What a game again. Now moving on to the second guy, Tobias Harris. Another solid Tobias game. 23 points, 10 for 12 from the field, and 8 rebounds. And like I said yesterday, I'm convinced this is the Tobias. This is the Tobias that I've been waiting for. He's not a max player. He's not a $180 million man. But what I'll tell you is that Tobias Harris has been unlocked. The key has been put into the ignition. Doc Rivers has unlocked Tobias Harris. If I said this year I wanted him to average 20 a game, if we're going to get 20, 22 a night, I think it could be the third piece on a championship team. I really do. This is the Tobias we need every night. Aggressive, attacking, finding his spots. Even when Tobias is contested now, he makes the shots. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy what Tobias is doing. 3 for 3 from the arc, from behind the arc, and Tobias is just locked in, man. There's just this is what he's going to give you every night, it looks like, and I'm so happy to see it. And now the last man, the main man, Seth Curry, by the way, 6 for 10 from the field. He finished 15 points. That's all we need out of him. 3 threes. Danny Green was really non-existent tonight. But Seth Curry, man. This is what we want. He came back. He was in a rhythm. Didn't look like there was much of a drop off, and I was happy. And the last man, Ben Simmons. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As a Ben supporter, as a Ben fan, this is what I wanted. This is what I've been waiting for all season long. And look, I'm hoping it stays up to par. I hope this got into his brain, woke him up, but he did it. Now in the first half, Ben Simmons had one shot attempt. He had one shot attempt. And I'm sitting here again thinking, oh my gosh, here we go again. $180 million man taking one shot, missing awkward layups, just looking weird. But what does he do? He didn't get to the line tonight. He got to the rim. He got to the rim. Ben Simmons in that fourth quarter made like three big plays to help us win a game on defense. A big steal, a takeaway, a slam in transition. Another couple big steals. We had a couple nice closeout blocks in this game, not just Ben, but Ben was just on fire in that fourth quarter, and you saw it. You saw the guy from before who was attacking, who wasn't afraid. I think it started with a post fade shot. He had another little hook shot. He got to the line a couple times, but he just kept attacking. Ben Simmons, 7 for 10 from the field, finishes with 15 points, 11 assists. He kept doing his passing thing all game. He was playing solid defense. But finally on offense, he woke up, kept driving, and got to the rack and was putting it up. Even when Embiid was out. When he came in and Embiid was kind of playing timid. He didn't want those last fouls. Simmons was being aggressive and they were feeding Ben down low. This one play, he called for it. He wanted it. Ben Simmons finally woke up with 15 points. And I know it doesn't seem like a whole bunch, but it's a start, man. It's not his average 9, 11. And I'm not going to say now it's time to praise him and he's our savior. No. But what I'll say is it is a start. Now we've seen, throw that injury stuff out the window. That is not the case. Ben can do it. He can do it. It's just if he wants to, if the system is right, and he's got to wake up. But tonight he woke up in the fourth. He played amazing. Big steals, big plays on defense that led to big plays on offense. And he was finishing. He was being aggressive. I was so happy. And for once, it didn't hurt my soul after a Sixers game. It hurt in the first half, but he finally did it. I'm so happy, man. And seeing Ben and Joe perform like this against Boston, against a great coach like Brad Stevens. Brad kept throwing those traps at every guy, but the Sixers did not get flustered. They kept dishing it around, finding the man, and we were making our own shots. When Ben, Toby, and Joe all play in sync, and our shooters are on, and we step up because our defense was poor in the first half, and we step up and play D like that in the second half, we are a hard team to beat. I'm so impressed with tonight. Games like this help this team out. Last game as well. And it just seems like this team continues to learn how to win, and we're seeing maturity before our eyes. I can't wait to see what happens. Back again tomorrow. We got to get another win. I'm so excited. You guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Go Sixers, Philly unite. I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
Perfect.